Good morning, everyone. How are you? Yesterday we took interpreting and drawing frequency diagrams. Today we will learn something new, how we can describe a set of data with line graphs. So our lesson is interpreting and drawing line graphs. You have to know something about line graphs. The line graphs show how data changes over a period of time. A period of time, we are talking about years, months, weeks, hours, minutes, whatever. So again, line graphs show how data changes over a period of time. It's increasing, decreasing, the trend of the data. So line graphs, it's very important to show the data changes over a period of time. And the second thing, a line graph shows a trend. A trend, it means increasing or decreasing, depends on the shape of the line graph. Now, the last thing, you can also use a line graph to predict what will happen in the future. So you can use the line graph to predict what will happen in the future. Let's take this example. This table shows the population of the USA every 10 years. So we are talking about time from, here we have a period from 1950 to 2010. Now, this table, as you can see, year and population. So in 1950, 150 million. In 1960, 180 million. In 1970, 200 million. In 1980, like that. Up to 2010. So from 1950 to 2010, you can see the number of population in each year. Now, the question is, draw a line graph for this data. First of all, before doing B, C, and D, we can't answer on B, C, and D without solving the first one, which is you need to draw a line graph. Now, look. This is the x-axis and the y-axis, the horizontal and the vertical. Now, plot time on the horizontal axis. This is year. So here start in the origin point, start from 1950, because it's not reasonable to start with zero time, no. So here in the schedule is starting with 1950. So here the origin point from 1950. 1960, 1970, 1980, 1990, 2000, 2010, whatever. Also here, start from 100, because in the table in 1950, 100. So the number of population in 1950, 100. So here, the origin point, 1950 and 100. Here in the vertical one, the population in million. Now, start at 1950 and extend the axis as far as 2020. So you can answer part of the question. Now, remember, plot population on the vertical axis. Start at 100 million and extend the axis to approximately 350. Now, how can I draw it? By using the table. Here, with 1950, with 150. So here, this is 1950, this is 150. So here, plot the point here. This is 90. So 1950 with 150. Now, 1960 with 180. 1960 with 180 will be, this is 150, 200. In the middle between them, 175. So approximately here. So this one. Now with 1970 is 200. 1970, it's exactly 200. Now 1980 230. 1980 230. Here 250, between 200 and 250, 225, so approximately here. Here 1990 250 exactly. This is 250. This is 1990, so will be here. Now 2000 280. 2000 280. It's around here. This is 250. This is 275. 280. I think here. This one. Okay. Now 2010, which is 310. This is 300. 310 above 300. Okay. Then connect between these points. It's line. It's line. That's why we call it line graph. As you can see, line graphs show how data changes over a period of time. Now we can answer on the other questions. B. Describe the trend in the population. The answer is the population of the USA is increasing. Because the line goes up. The line goes up. That's why the trend is increasing. So here the population of the USA is increasing. Every 10 years the population increases by 20 or 30 million. Now C, use your graph to estimate the population of the USA in 1985. Here in the table there is no 1985, there is 1980, 1990. 1985 between 1980 and 1990. There is no exact value for 1985. So you can use the line graph to estimate the number of population in 1995. Look, 85, I mean. How can I do it? Look, this is 1980, 1990, so exact between them, the halfway between will be here. So here this is 19, this is 1985. How can I estimate? By drawing from 1985, drawing a vertical, let me choose another color, vertical line. Okay. This point, okay, from 1985, draw up a vertical line. Now look at the intersection point between the vertical line from 1985 and this line, the line graph. Now you need to make a horizontal from the intersection point. Make a horizontal line from the intersection point. You have to read this value here. This is 250. Above, under 250, it's 240. I think 240. So here the answer is 240 million. He estimates, right? Now D, use your graph to predict the population of the USA in 2020. Back to the diagram. This is 2020. The same way, you can draw a vertical line. I need an intersection point. How can I create an intersection point? You can extend this line. Right? You can extend this line because we are predicting. Now the intersection point, look at the intersection point, draw a horizontal. here. So read the value here, it's 350, below 350, 340. So here the solution, I use the graph to predict the population of the USA is 340 million. So you need to extend the line again. You need to extend the line on the graph. Make sure it follows the trend. يعني increasing. يعني it cannot be decreasing. It's increasing. Now read the value. Now from the population axis will be 340. Now you have a homework. From the workbook, page 92, just question 1. Thank you for listening and have a good day.